So here in this video, I'm gonna customer ordered one of these Ink Life vinyl decals at 8 by 6 inches. Now I've already got it sized up. You can see here 8 by 6. You can either do it that way and watch the little square, or just highlight everything, go to transform. There's your measurements there. Sometimes they're up top here. This is in Adobe Illustrator, by the way. So this is gonna go into my Cameo 3, and what I've done before, well, what I did here also is I went to my artboard. I always use a 12 by 24 cutting mat. Even if I'm just doing a 1-inch sticker, I still will put it on at 12/24. So I go to my artboard, and you see right here I got width 12, height 24. So anything on this artboard is going to be in the Cameo. It's going to fit in the Cameo. So before I send this or save it, I'm going to go ahead and just grab my rectangle tool, just drag a box around it, get rid of the fill, and I drop the stroke down to 0.25. And then I always round the corners, just a habit. You don't have to, but okay. So here, I'll just get it as close as I can. And now the purpose of what I'm doing here, sorry, I forgot to mention, is just adding the weed lines. And excuse me, also, if you want to do any editing, like I noticed this little piece right here. It's been a while since I made this design, so when I did make it, I was still kind of learning. So there's, you know, little things like that that I noticed, but for the most part, the decal is really good. Everything's set up. I went in here and edited, so this used to be a big gap here. I just went in and, like, right, these two posts here used to stop about there. And so I brought them up just to make it easier for weeding and installing. Like right here, when the customer's installing, this little piece here might have trouble going in. So what I'm going to do, come over here and grab my direct selection tool, highlight just the one anchor, pull that over, maybe grab that one. So now that that's connected there, just go to your Pathfinder, hit Unite. Okay, it's not letting me there. Let's see why. What's going on? Yeah, I don't know what was wrong, but yeah, so see, now that piece is gonna sit much better because it's connected on both ends. And you can do that throughout if you want. I don't really do it everywhere, but there's enough here. You want a good support for your decal. Like it's like building a structure. You know, it's when they install it, the more little pieces there are, the more hard it's going to be for them to put it on. And trust me, I've had plenty of people tell me something's wrong with the decal because they don't install it, or install correctly, or know how. But anyway, another thing I noticed on here, see these little spots here? Like we can probably get rid of that one there. Then there's one right here. Just click on one of the anchors, hit delete twice. Boom, there it goes. So just little things like that I watch for in any design. Overall, it looks good, ready to go. Okay, so I got my weed box around it. So I'm going to go ahead and pick my line tool. And I'll make sure the stroke on that's 0.25. Now I kind of imagine myself weeding this, okay? So right here, you don't highlight the artwork, but when you hover, see how it shows you that path? Just go ahead and click and drag it to the next path. So it'll cut a line here, and that's when you're weeding, it'll break off right there. This spot here is usually a pain, so I'll add a weed line there, and so on. So I'll go ahead and get some of these going, and then we'll load the Cameo, and then from there we'll weed it and ship it off. Let's see. I think we're good. Maybe right here. We'll add one piece here. And then Oh, let's go. I think that's good. I think that's good. Right here, these two little pieces are going to be a problem. Now, when they're installing, they might have trouble laying these down. One thing you could do, run a line through there, turn up your stroke, and see that doesn't look too bad actually, and that's all connected. So we'll go ahead and we'll keep that there. So I'm going to go ahead and highlight it, edit. No, sorry, yeah. Hang on, let's go to our. Okay, so go to edit. Sorry, object. Man, it's early. Object, path, outline, stroke. Good. And then highlight the surrounding objects. Just hit Pathfinder Unite. That doesn't look too bad. And that's going to be easier for them to put on. But I think we're good. I think we're good. Now, right here, see how that piece right there, that's going to be real skinny. Normally, I would maybe bring that over like that. See, that doesn't look too bad. Again, what I try to avoid is as much of as if I can is all the little tiny pieces. We could even bring that up there like so, connect it up here, which I like that better than bringing it to the side. So we'll go ahead and Pathfinder Unite that. Okay, so we're good. So I'm going to go ahead and hit Control A, select everything, Control G, group. Now I always send two, I always double up. So I'm going to hold down Alt and just drag, and there we go. Now we're going to have two of them, exactly the same thing, same size. And then I'll save this as an SVG and load it up into the Cameo. Okay, so now here we are in the Cameo. So I'm going to go ahead and go to File, Open, find that InkLife file, open that. There we go, everything's ready. Let's see, but what I do is I group everything, come up here to your alignment tools, just do the top and the side, and it puts it all the way on the ends for you. But that's still a little too close, so I'm just going to do three clicks over, 3 clicks down. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That gives you that little bit of gap up there. You want to give it at least maybe 1/8 of an inch or so. So that's good to go. Just got to load it up. But I have other orders. So this guy here, in fact, I'm going to use a different one. I've got one already set up with weed lines and everything. So they want the blue line, the skull with the blue line down it, black with the blue line. So I'm going to lock the dimensions there, and I'm going to go to height. They want 5x4. Okay, so I'm going to Control C, copy it. I'm going to drop it into this job. There's 5x4. So a little bit long this way. So I'm going to just rotate it. Now, I always double up on these. I always send them two. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy that. Boom, there you go. Now, obviously, both these jobs are going to be black. But if I load black, we don't get this blue line here, right? We need that blue line. So what I'm going to do, just ungroup all of that off the first one. Select just that blue line. Copy it down here. Okay. Select everything again. Group it. Or you can delete everything. Just copy that one again. Either way, however you do it. But we need two of these, okay? So let's go ahead and I just use Alt Drag when I copy. Sometimes I'll come over here to the replicate panel, but for the most part I just use Alt Drag. And then I'll add a weed box around it. You don't have to, but I'll group that. So now this is going to just go on the bottom. And I'm just going to put one blue strip down here about 2 inches, and that'll cover that. All right. So this is our black cutting job. So highlight everything there. So I'm going to cut, see how that says 17.7? I'm just going to cut maybe about an 18.5 inch piece. Now, over here there's going to be some scrap vinyl. I'll leave that and save that for the next you know, if there's like a name or something that's maybe 3 inches long or something. But anyway, okay, so let's go ahead and load up our vinyl situated. All right, so I have my roll of black here, and I said, what did I say, about 18.5? So I'm just going to line up the, I always go to 13 just so I can see down here what I'm doing. Okay. 18.5. Put that away. Grab my cutting mat. Now I bought these cutting mats off of Amazon. It's from NICAP, I guess. And before I tried the pack of the ReArt ones, and ReArt's is a little bit too tacky, so these ones are perfect, man. They hold up really nice. So I just line up my corner. So that's enough for the black, right? So we need that blue strip down at the bottom. And this is just a piece of scrap blue, and you can see I've already used this to do the same thing. So I'll just throw that on here. Okay. And then I get my little roller thing. Just kind of roll that on there. You don't really have to if your cutting mat's fairly new. All right, let's go over to the Cameo. Load that baby in there. So then, from what I already showed you on the computer, I'm just gonna hit send. You know, I think my building's haunted, and I keep hearing stuff. I don't know if you heard that on the camera, but I keep hearing stuff back there. There's a whole story to this building. Maybe someday I'll tell it, but it's bona fide haunted, I'll tell you that. But all right. So we'll just let that run. After that gets done, I'll pull it off, and we'll go ahead and do the weeding. So this is a Cameo 3. I have the Cameo 4, but that thing, man, I'll be honest with you, it's a piece of crap. The one that I bought is, anyway. I like the 3 better. I like the touchscreen, repeat job, all that stuff it's got, but I ended up putting the 3 back in because the Cameo just was not cutting. It was not cutting deep enough. I mean, I know I just got to play with the settings, but yeah. So anyway, all right. So once I get, let's wait for that, and then I'll do the weeding. All right, let's check this out, see how it turned out. So we got our blue strip here, all our black here. I'll show you how I do the blue line ones also, where I mix the 2 different colors. This is a job that I just ran, sort of like the other one I put in the video, but I got that blue camel skull flag. Really like how that turned out. I used a different camo this time. It's the same camo, but I played with the color a little bit. All right. So, let's take these off. Now I always flip over my cutting mat, kind of pull it off like that. All right, and let the weeding begin. I know most of my videos are for the BN20, but man, I do a lot of other different stuff, so might as well do everything, right? All right, so let's get the weeding going. There's a lot of small parts on this decal, so if you noticed in that video, I did, like right here is one of those weed lines, so see how that just came right up there, and there's that line there. That's pretty nice. It helps you to be prepared a little bit like that. But let's see, let's put the camera maybe here. Yeah. All right, so I'm just gonna go
See how I'm cutting that? So I'll do a lot of cuts too on top of the weeding lines, but yeah, see, it's coming right up. I actually really like the black. The black vinyl weeds really nice. The white, I don't know what it is about the white, but it tends to feel more like maybe the machine didn't cut through all the way. See, there's a little spot right there. I know I pointed that spot out in there and I almost got rid of it, but I left it. Alright, here we go. Whenever I got a piece like this, it's kind of stuck on a bigger piece, I'll just saw it off. Saw it off. Okay. Like right here, cut that. See how that whole piece just came off from that weed line? Alright, let's see. Here's a weed line here. See that? That whole piece came off. So it's really nice to add those. See that whole piece right there. So take the time to prepare your jobs, and it does make your life easier if you're doing a lot of production. Like, might have been pointless to do all that on this one, but say you're making like 50 of these, man, you're gonna be so glad that you added that stuff. Okay, I think that's about it. Sorry, I know that it's boring to watch somebody weed, especially if you've done a million of them, but there was a time when I didn't know what I was doing, so I would suck up any information I could get. So hopefully this helps somebody. Okay. Alright, so with both of those done, I got those two skull American flags here. So I'm going to hurry and weed these, and I'm going to show you how I do the... Well, actually, I'll just weed one, and I'll show you how I do the blue line with the different color. Normally, if you're doing more than one color designs, you want to add those crop marks. For this one, it's pretty easy, so I feel like to add those would be kind of wasteful. Like, you're going to waste about another inch of vinyl. So I'm going to do it a little different. So I'll show you. Let's just get all this excess out of here. Come on, come on, come on. Stay down. There we go. Okay. Alright, there's that. There's these. I just kind of bounce it sometimes to get the pieces off that I need. It's kind of weird because I normally do this at this angle. I'm a lot faster this way, so with these teeth I just kind of I'll grab the smallest one and then I'll pick it up and then go right to the bigger one. Come on. Okay. And this one has a ton of those weed lines in it too. It's already pre-built. Like anytime somebody orders one, all I got to do is just pull up the file and it's good to go. So I've done a lot of different versions of this one as far as the weed lines go, and this one is definitely, like, see how I just grabbed that one piece and just rolled right around, got everything. So all right, there's that. The star, always, this is the star I always forget about right there. I'm gonna do some editing to get rid of that. Okay, so we need to get rid of this piece here. Just take that, throw it away. Take this blue that I showed you earlier. Okay, we got those two pieces there. Then I'll just pick it up. And then you can see where the machine cut the other one. That's why I leave that one on there instead of taking it out for cutting, because it leaves just a faint hint of the piece you took off. So that's where it's kind of gives you like a line where to put that one. But that's it. That's the blue line one. Ready to go. Sometimes I'll order white with the blue line, and same thing. Just there's another one here I'm gonna do, but I'll skip that in the video since you already saw that one. That's it. Okay, everything's ready to go, ready to be taped. Again, I'm gonna apologize because I'm still half asleep. All right, so for this one, since this piece here has a lot of little tiny parts in it, I'm gonna use this tape. I can't remember what it's called. Hell. It's just got more of a medium tack. I think it's easier for the customer to get the design to lay down off of it instead of the other one I got's a little more tacky. So. But all right. So we're gonna eyeball this, and I'm gonna give it a little bit more over here. Normally I don't do, when I tape, I don't lay it out and measure it like this, but with this particular one I do. Okay, so, and I'm gonna do it just like I do when I laminate my other stickers. Peel some back, cut some off. Lay it down even. Okay. Now, here's the fun part. So this is my laminator, my cold laminator. So we'll stick that in there with the tape side facing. Make sure it's not too tight. Flip it over. And then I just kind of pull back this piece. Okay. So next, I just slowly roll it. Make sure the vinyl itself is tight, or make sure the transfer tape's tight. And I almost always throw my designs in the laminator, usually after I tape them and do all that. So then I stick it back in. This time I tighten them really good and just kind of wiggle it like that. That just gives it a nice smooth nice smooth pressure all around. So we're good to go. And this transfer tape, it's going to be a lot easier for the customer with all these details. But that's it, you guys. I just cut it out, package it, ship it, and we're good to go. Everything looks good. Okay, that's it for that. Got a lot more BN20 videos. Having trouble with my machine when I cut circles. They're kind of off. Everything's aligned. My print and cut measurements, everything's good. Like print and cut, there's no excess on either side of the square. So I don't know what's going on. So what I'm going to do is a video on circles, and I'm going to mess around with the different speeds, any adjustments I can make to make sure it's cutting them straight. So I'll make a really thorough video on that next. But that's it for this one. Just a basic, your basic vinyl decals, Cameo 3, a little bit of Adobe Illustrator. But all right, guys, thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Till the next one.